Going live, and we are going live right now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, June the 11th, 2025. We've just passed the 1/3 mark for the month of June, and this is the incoming in 19 days. It's the end of the second quarter. So, welcome all to the day today. Welcome to another day of fun in the markets. What is going to happen today? I don't know. We're down 96 on the Dow this morning. We're down 9 on S&P. We're down 23 on Nasdaq. We've had a downward bias for hours today, but not severely crippling down market. But I think we're going to go in for a bit of a slump here the next week. We're not getting results. We're not getting the results that were promised the investors out there by the White House. Not even close are their results coming out. There is nothing but empty everything. We've got absolute nothingness going on. These so-called talks that we were supposed to be all excited about between China and the United States that were happening in London for the 2 days or so, those talks yielded essentially what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, nothing. They yielded nothing. The other term I like to refer to once in a while is called jack squat. That's what came out of London between China and the United States. Now the officials from the United States who are talking, there are no Chinese officials talking, by the way. You ever notice that? The Chinese folks never speak. Only the Americans are yapping, and they're talking about, we've saw a solid framework has been put in place to facilitate the existing trade deal we put together in Geneva a month ago. Complete hot air. These guys are multi-billionaire buffoons who have bought into the Kool-Aid of you-know-who and are drunk. They don't know what they're doing. They certainly haven't got a candle of credibility, and they cannot possibly match the skill and the determination of the Chinese negotiators. These guys are absolute morons. The Chinese are so smart. They're sitting there with their beautiful poker faces, and they know in their mind that they can't make a deal with the United States of America right now. If they do make a deal with the United States of America, when they get back to China, they'll be under house arrest. So there's no deal going to be made with the United States. There'll be talk, and there'll be discussions, and there'll be willingness to negotiate and discuss it further for our leaders to negotiate the deal. In other words, the grand leader, the grand dictator of China and the grand dictator of America, they'll get together and they'll work it out. But these people in London on behalf of China, they're not there to make a deal. They're there to just appease the Americans and let them spout off about just how great the American consumer is and just how wonderful it is for China to be allowed the pleasure and honor of selling their cheap crap to Americans for cheap prices. The Chinese are going, get all excited. We got nail clippers. You want nail clippers? Oh yeah, you can buy our nail clippers. Here's something from Revlon. Here's some kind of a clipper from Revlon. Can you see that in there? See that? See what this is made? That's made in Pakistan. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that could be made in Illinois. It could be made in Ohio. It can be made in Pennsylvania. It can be made stainless steel clipper type thing. This is what Americans buy from foreign countries in bulk. And right now, Americans are paying 50% more for this crap than they used to. But the Chinese are sitting there going, talk. We're interested in making supercomputers. We're interested in making radar-guided cars. We're interested in the latest, greatest smart television technology. We're going to continue to produce higher-end consumer goods, leading-edge technology that you guys will not make in America. You can't. You can produce a very fancy, high-end refrigerator, double doors on the top and doors on the bottom and different climate settings all over the place. And software and intelligent software measuring how much milk you've got and all that fancy dancy crap. You can build it in America, but there are very few Americans that the Chinese are aware of because they are aware of everything. They're sitting there going, your demographic in America, the 90% of your public in America, even 70%, the top 70% and below, spend their paycheck to paycheck. They don't have any extra money. The average savings of a retiree in the United States is $50,000. We Chinese know you're broke. You guys are the worst savers on the planet. You guys have credit card loans at 25%. We don't allow that here. You guys have got payday loans, which are just unthinkable interest rates. You don't have the money. And if you were going to build this fancy fridge that we can make in China, we got dozens of factories where we can crank these babies out. We can crank these out for $3,000-$4,000 retail, delivered to your local Home Depot where ICE agents are waiting to take the illegals away. We can bring those fridges right over there. You guys are in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Indiana and anywhere else in America you want to make these products, your fridges are 10 to 15 grand each, because you Americans have to provide healthcare. You have to provide work safety. You have to follow environmental rules. You've got to follow basic business acumen. We in China don't have to do that. We have hundreds of millions of slaves under our regime that we can pay pennies on the dollar to compared to what you pay. And in China, we can go even further than that. We can go to Pakistan, India, we can go to Myanmar, we can go to Indonesia, we can go to all kinds of other countries all around Asia and produce the components for this refrigerator, have them shipped in containers back to Chinese ports, to the factories, and we can do final assembly of these complicated refrigerators, stoves, microwaves, air fryers, mixers, whatever you want for your house, whatever you want for your restaurants, whatever you want for your factories. We can build the materials you need for your factories here, pennies on the dollar. You will never compete with us. That's what the Chinese guys in London are sitting there going, it's so nice to see you. Very eager to negotiate a new trade pact with you. We value our relationship very much. Your turn to talk. Give up something. Americans are useless when it comes to negotiating with the Chinese because they got nothing to offer. Americans are broke. Sorry, Americans are broke. You kids who are watching me live right here are the exception to the rule. You are supposed to be working in a cubicle somewhere and shutting the hell up and taking the abuse from your bosses and live on $40,000 to $50,000 a year right now, where an average house in your community is $600,000 to $1.6 million. You're supposed to be able to figure that out. You guys who are here have you've broken the rules. You are breaking all the rules. You are writing stock options. You're not looking to buy a stock that's going to go to the moon. You're writing stock options against stock. You're using cash to write stock options and credit spreads. You're making a goddamn fortune out there. That wasn't the way it was supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to be getting a factory job. You're supposed to be looking forward to the day you can get a job assembling cars for General Motors. Did you hear this morning? GM announced a $4 billion investment into factories in America to make gasoline-powered cars. GM is leading the way to the 60s. Right now, we're going to make America great like it was in 1965. We're going to produce gasoline-powered vehicles at factories. I'm going to tell you a little secret, okay? $4 billion ain't going to cut it. $4 billion is a drop in the bucket of the amount of money that GM has to spend to build new factories, to create an assembly line, to put together a 20,000 person workforce per factory, or 5,000 here, 5,000 here, 5,000. 4 billion? That 40 billion, yes, 40 billion will do it. 4 billion is paint on a rusted wall. That's all it is. That's just a coat of paint on an old factory, it's dressing up a pig, there will not be any new shiny factories making gasoline-powered anything coming out of General Motors. Because at the end of the day, the folks at the GM at the board level, they know something that you kind of know, although maybe you don't pay attention to it, but the automotive business knows. GM makes its money making trucks. They don't make any money making cars. They'll take a GMC pickup truck and they'll guss that thing up with all the options you could ever want. And if you want to get a ranch in Wyoming, have they got a truck for you, baby, with all the bells and whistles, all the comfort features, and you can pump diesel into that tank or unleaded fuel into that gas tank all you want. 100-gallon capacity, $3.50 a gallon, $350 a tank every week to run that pig, and they'll make that ride as smooth as silk no matter how many potholes you run over out in the country. They make a killing making those things, and they're trying to get folks in the city to buy these. You got to get yourself in the Ford's lingo, you got to get yourself a Ford F-150 Super Cab with all the bells and whistles, leather interior, climate control, radar guided speed sensors. Oh yeah. And then you can pull your 13, 15, 30 foot long trailer behind you to go camping on the weekend out there. Maybe pull a little flat trailer in the back there with a couple of those quad fours and rip Mother Nature to crap all you want. This is the American way. And don't forget the gun rack if you're in certain states. Giddy on up. That's the image. That's the image they're giving us. That's the image that the rest of the world sees. And the rest of the world's going, what are they doing? These poor Americans working in New York City, they can't even drive a pickup truck into Manhattan without hitting something. I mean, the streets are narrow, the traffic's insane. You want to pay $5 a gallon for gas in California? Drive a gasoline-powered thing that gets 12 miles, 15 miles to gallon? Are you out of your freaking mind? Makes no sense. All GM is going backwards in a hurry. Mary Barra, this chairman, CEO of GE, she would have been great as a CEO in the 50s and 60s and 70s. She would have been great because that was the era for her to make it happen. But forward thinking, not happening. Now, let's be fair to poor Mary Barra, the poor thing. She's a multi-millionaire now. She's made tens of millions of dollars over the last decade, sucking money out of GM and its shareholders. And she will make millions more because she's got control of that company. She's appeasing Taco Boy. That's what she's doing. Taco Boy is being made very happy by her because she's announcing a $4 billion U.S. factory investment to make gasoline cars in America. Oh, that's exactly what he wants to hear. He doesn't realize that it's only 1/10 the money that's required to really do anything. Have you noticed any other car companies lined up? Have you noticed brand new car companies show up overnight that are now going to build factories in the United States to make cars? Are there like 5 new car brands that are going to show up in the next 3-4 years that are going to be U.S.-made brands of gasoline-powered vehicles? I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. I think the folks in Chicago and New York and Baltimore and Philly and Washington, they're taking mass transit to their offices. They can't afford to park their car in downtown anywhere. You want to park a car in New York City to go into an 80-story high-rise and go to work? You can't. You got $100 a day to park your car? $2,000 a month to park your car? You got that? Who's got that? Not going to be great again. No. They're coming in on the subway. They're coming in on buses. They're coming in on regional trains from Connecticut because they live there. They don't dare live in New York. Some people have a disconnect with reality, and right now, one guy is out there. I mean, he is out there. And the good news for 48% of Americans, I guess, or 48% of voting Americans, maybe I should really clarify this. 48 or 49% of voting American people that vote at the federal level okay, now have a new mayor in their town. Taco Boy, he's your mayor. And whatever state you live in, you have a new governor. Taco Boy is your new governor. And your local protection, your local police service and riot protection, Taco Boy with the National Guard and the Marines. Send in the Marines against 500 protesters in Los Angeles. 5,000 protesters in Los Angeles. Send in the Marines. That's the answer to American security in 2025. Send in the Marines. Don't send them to Guadalcanal. Don't send them to Japan, in the Second World War. That was then. Today, we need the Marines to stop Americans and friends of Americans and American wannabes, people who want to become American. We got to stop these people right now in those ridiculous riots we're seeing. After all, they're burning down self-driving cars in the middle of the streets. There's America, baby. It's all yours. You own it. You voted it in, and you got it now for 3.5 more years minimum. It's going to be one hell of a ride down there. I'm asking, how can this in any way affect the U.S. economy in a good way? I don't know. I don't know how the American economy is supposed to outshine the world with the Marines in the streets. I'm at a loss to figure this out. I do recall that in 68 and 69, there were National Guard troops all over the United States. They were all over Baltimore, Washington, Philadelphia, Boston, New York, Chicago, Detroit. They were in Pittsburgh. They were in LA. They were in Frisco. They were in major cities across the United States, all over the South. And America burned in 68 and 69. And I recall 70, 71 being one of the biggest recessions the America has ever had. And unemployment reached unthinkable numbers by 71, 72. And inflation reached unthinkable numbers in the mid-70s. And mortgages and car loans were in the teens. And it took a decade to recover. And even then, the recovery was faulty. But that was then. This is now. We don't do what we used to do. We're different now. We're a whole new country. We're a whole new people. We're a whole new species. We don't think like we used to think. Really. Wow. Well, what can I say? Riot-geared people, riot-geared police forces, and Marines in Los Angeles. Go figure. Unbelievable. If I were an employee of a firm in downtown Los Angeles, I'd be texting my boss going, see you next week. I'm taking this week off. I'm not coming into the office this week. I'm taking a sick day because I'm sick of inhaling tear gas. I don't think I want to do that. You think I want to drive my car into downtown LA and park it in a parkade? How secure is the parkade? Can I get to the parkade? What time is martial law? When do I have to be out of there by? This is a complete shutdown of the U.S. economy, one cut at a time across the country. This is only just begun. The American economy is in for a world of hurt. And yet you listen to CNBC and Bloomberg and Fox Business and read up on the incredible resilience of the American economy and how stimulus is coming and the negotiated tariffs are going to be just, everything's going to be great. I'm just going, you got to be kidding me. I can't believe that Kool-Aid is allowed to get spiked this much anymore. This was done in the 50s. It's still being done in 2025. It's unbelievable. Just, oh my God. Welcome to the party, pal. I hope you're having a good time. Thank you for joining me today from wherever you are on this incredible planet. If you're from Europe and you're sick and tired of me talking about this, I apologize. I really do. I don't want to talk about this. I don't. I wish it wasn't happening. But I didn't do it. I'm not that guy making this go on. It is happening. The engine, the engine that can drive the world economy can be America. but it can also be outside of America. And that is something that media hasn't wanted to really talk about very much. We're down 98, or we're up now 98 on the Dow. We were down 98 earlier. But we're not going anywhere. We're at such high PE multiples. We can't, these companies cannot deliver perfect results financially. And the guidance deniers, the companies that are stopping guidance going forward, is building. Have you noticed how many companies are not giving forward guidance? They haven't got a clue. They don't know what the hell's going on. There was no deal made with China yesterday. Nothing new. The tariffs are still in place. The punishing tariffs between the U.S. and China are still in place. And between everyone else, it's 50% tariffs on steel and aluminum. And Americans are going to pay dearly for this. And it's going to show up in very subtle ways, the least of which will be layoffs. And I heard that Google has done another round of voluntary layoffs. They have gone to their employees to say, all of you in these different departments, if you work in this department, this department, this department, there's an opportunity to take a buyout. You can get out of here with your stock and walk. They already dumped 12,000 people a year and a half ago. They're now going to dump thousands more. This is Google. This is a company that makes nothing but money, a lot of money. They're dumping people left, right, and center. Microsoft are dumping people. Apple has been dumping people. These are the winners. This is Mag 7. These are the magnificent 7 companies that are leading America into greatness. They're dumping employees very quietly, very subtly. They're trying not to make news about it, but it's happening. And it's very possible there might be people watching me here today who just got the word that you're being offered a buyout to get out. And you're sitting at home going, well, I've been with Google for 15 years, and I've picked up 2,000 shares of Google over all those years. They split 2 years ago, and I got 2,000 shares. And you, Uncle Bruce, are sitting there in your little studio, wherever that is in Calgary, and you have the audacity to tell me that I could theoretically write stock options on my 2,000 shares of Google that I have owned for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. This stock's $181 a share, and you're telling me I could write stock options for, say, I don't know, like this October, for example. I could write call options like 200s, $19 out of the money, and I could bring in like $6.50 a contract on 2,000 shares. That's $13,000 between now and what did you say? October. This is June, okay? So it's like July, August, September. For 4 months, you're telling me I can bring in $13,000 if I write 200s? Geez, that's not bad. With my unemployment, I could really get by on this. If I were to write 190s, I could almost get $10 a share. That's $20,000 between now and October on just 2,000 shares. If I have 2,000 shares and I write 20 contracts for January 2026, I could write 200s and get $11 for those per share. That's $22,000. For 190s, I could get probably $15 a share. I could get $30,000 between now and January because I just got laid off. Now, for those of you out there who have 5,000 shares of Google, and there are many who do, you could write 50 contracts at $15 a piece and bring in $75,000 in cash right now for January expiry. For 6 months, you can get right now 75 grand. Can you live on 75 grand for the next 6 months? You don't ever have to get another day job for the rest of your life, because every 6 months you're bringing in $75,000 on option premiums. You know what it's going to cost you to learn this? Fortune. It's going to cost you a fortune. You're going to have to take my first 2 lessons. You're going to have to go to my website and buy 2 $200 lessons. You can watch them as many times as you like. You'll open up a practice account. What will you do in your practice account? You will write contracts against your Google in pretend mode to see if I'm right or not. But if you can write your 20 to 50 contracts to January at 190, you'll do that within a week from now. and you got let go at Google, and they paid you 3 months' salary, and they're giving you health care for whatever, and you got your stock, and you're all vested, and now you can do this, you'll never work again. Now, I don't know all the details of how you get your stock and where your shares are. Are they in a retirement account? I don't know this stuff. You can always hit me up for a one-on-one and we'll talk about it. I'd be happy to do that with you. But you know what? You have got choices out there if you're being let go. If you're being let go by Microsoft and you're walking out with 10,000 shares, you will never work again if you ever talk to me. You ever get the guts to look me up and say, I'm talking to you for 1 hour. I'm going to pay you $500 to have a one-on-one consultation with you. I want to talk to you about my future, my family's future. I got 10,000 shares of Microsoft. I got 10,000 shares of this. I got 5,000 shares of that. You telling me I don't have to work anymore? I'll pay $500 for this. A one-on-one private video consultation that was recorded, and you're giving me the recording, and I can rewatch it anytime I want. Yeah, I'm in. Talk to me, Uncle Bruce. How the hell can I stay out of the rat race? I never thought this could happen. I'm 48 years old, and they're telling me to get out. They're offering me an exit plan. I could be what? Retired at age 48, self-employed at age 48. You're telling me this for what? A couple of classes, a one-on-one, whatever combination I want to do? Wow. And for those of you out there who are 35 and 38, you're just 5 years into your career, and you're being offered a buyout, kids, you want to be here on Saturday, June the 14th. You want to be here this Saturday at noon Eastern. You want to be here for lesson number 19, live at noon Eastern. How to write, call, and put credit spreads on the 0 day to expiry contracts. You are the perfect candidate to write contracts that die today, this week, next week, to generate income right now, to never go back to work ever again for anyone else but yourself. Yeah, but then you got to step up and want to do it. Now, I will congratulate quite a number of you who have already stepped up and have registered for the class. Jen is looking at the numbers, and she's okay. She said, no, I can handle this many people. We've had more than this. I can handle these folks. She's the moderator. Looking forward to spending Saturday with you guys. 14th of June, 3 days from now, noon Eastern time. Welcome to the party, pal. The United States and Canada and other countries are in a complete turnover cycle. And unfortunately for many of us who've been around a while, like I'm old, I'm going to be 70 this year, but many others out there, you never thought that in your lifetime you would be having to worry about what dictators of countries are going to do that will affect your daily life. You never thought that a dictator out of Russia would be a problem for you, but he's becoming a bit of a menace, and he's becoming a bit of an issue here, especially those of you living in Europe. This guy is a real pain in the ass. Then you've got Erdogan in Turkey, who just has this beautiful habit of arresting presidential candidates that are going to run against him 6 months before national elections, and they all get thrown in jail, and there's no one to vote for other than Erdogan when it's election day. He's got that game figured out. Then you've got friends in Saudi Arabia who have a nasty little habit of inviting journalists into their embassies in Turkey, for example, and chopping them into 100 pieces, literally, and taking their body back to Saudi Arabia in suitcases in private jets. By the way, the number one guy in Saudi Arabia has just been invited to come to Canada for the G7 meeting. What the hell has he got to do at the G7 meeting? Nothing, but he's coming in here. Unbelievable. We in Canada are not perfect either. And then there's America's new dictator, your new mayor, your new governor, your new chief of police, your boy in Washington, Taco Boy. He is becoming the de facto dictator of America, and that's what he wants to be. He wants to be the man in charge of everything. So be careful what you say, what you think, what you print, and who you talk to, because this guy is laying out the network to perhaps watch over you in every way, shape, or form. Just saying, you may want to be a self-employed, stay-at-home money manager and not get caught at the office over the water cooler talking about Taco Boy in the wrong way because someone else over there might be a Taco Boy lover and will tell on you. I don't know. What is happening with the snitch world out there? I don't know. It's scary. Then there's the Chinese dictator. He's never leaving. There are no elections in China to get rid of this guy. He just got a new 10-year mandate. 10-year mandate was last year. He's going to be 83, 85 when his mandate is up. He's been purging all over the place. And that guy and your guy, Taco Boy, have to negotiate a new trade deal that affects everyone in the Western world. When did we become dependent on dictators to make our economic lives work? I don't recall this. I remember the days where the President of the United States would brag, and parties, political parties would brag about not being in your daily life. The government is out of my life. Not anymore. Government is in your life big time. Now, what you say and how you say it. A reporter for ABC News made a text message, made an opinion about Steve Miller in the White House. That guy got fired yesterday. That guy is out of a career. I don't see another media outlet stepping up and grabbing this guy. This guy was a senior political correspondent for decades. Top-notch guy. No one's picking him up. He's going to become an independent author, maybe an independent speaker. But does he need a bodyguard, is what I'm wondering. Does he need more than one to protect himself against the fringe? This is America? I don't remember this being America the American way. I don't remember America ever being great, being like this. I'm just a guy in front of my computer. You guys are option writers. Thank God you're option writers, and congratulations being option writers. This market is willing to hand you a lot of money, but I can tell you the direction you want to be is ahead of the market with call credit spreads. You want to be there. You want to write out of the money calls, and you want to sit back and let the markets meander along. They're at their highs, or almost at they're close. They're within 2 to 5% kind of. They're kind of topping out here. And so I don't see us going anywhere for the next 6 months. And 6 months from now, it's Christmas. And then January shows up, and then everyone goes, oh, the midterms are only in November, and the polls through the summer will tell us how the midterms will go, and will already be polarized. The United States governing system will be completely paralyzed, not polarized, paralyzed this summer coming up. So there's very little time to get stuff passed. This big, fat, beautiful bill, I don't know where this thing is going. The revenge tax is in there. I haven't heard it being eliminated yet. I don't know what to think about this. Scary. They were trying to get it done for July 4th. They're now saying the end of July. That might be encouraging, because if it's already the end of July before they think they can pass it, it might not pass until August. Maybe it'll be longer. And it might be chopped up into a lot of different pieces. I don't know. We'll find out. Welcome all to the program. We're up 70 on the Dow now. We're slipping again. We're up 14 on S&P. We're up 66 on NASDAQ. Gamestop came out with their earnings yesterday, last evening. I think the numbers were fantastic. I think the figures that came out and how they showed the numbers, how they were put together, beautiful. I think it was really well done. They brought in $58 million in interest last quarter. A year ago, they brought in $15 million in that quarter a year ago. So that interest income has almost quadrupled. Makes sense. They're now sitting on $6.4 billion in cash. They've got 471 bitcoins. And if they did pay $100 a piece, $100,000 a piece for them, that is worth $471 million. If Bitcoin were to run up to 150,000 a coin from 110,000 a coin, and that's certainly doable, then GameStop will probably be up about $250 million in profits on their Bitcoin investments. And if they were to generate a profit of $250 million in even booking it as a profit without cashing out. That is more money than they would make in a year in their entire business as a business. Now, the interest is separate. The interest they made, $50-something million last quarter, now that's going to translate to about $75 million a quarter. That is still rising because of the amount of cash they have. So they're going to make $300 million in interest for the year. Okay, $300 million in interest. $25 million a month is being made in interest by GameStop. Okay, none of this, you're not aware of any of this because you're not going to hear about it from anybody else. So there's $300 million there. Now, if they have a $250 million profit on Bitcoin, because it once goes to 150,000 sometime this year, that is a $550 million profitable corporation. And then there's the stores. And the stores, there are many stores have been let go. Way fewer now than they used to be. There used to be 5,500 stores, maybe even 6,000 at one time. I don't know if they have 3,000 stores anymore because they got rid of Canada, they got rid of France, they got rid of Germany and Austria and Switzerland. They dumped all their stores on. So they're now USA, and they're dropping those to the profitable ones only. So they might have 2,800 stores, whatever it is. Those are all money makers. And guess what? The number 2 item is that they sell now. This used to be the third most popular item. The number 2 item now, and climbing like a bullet, collectibles. Cards, collectible cards and figurines and high profit, high margin product is what they're really moving into. This is now hitting almost 30% of their business from 15% a year ago. Their hardware and software sales, those gaming systems and the games themselves, those two are still selling, but they're selling fewer of them in proportion to how much of the gaming, the collectibles are selling. Collectibles are now in the number 2 slot behind gaming systems, and it'll become number 1, I think, within a year. I think within a year, collectibles will be 60% of the business, maybe a year and a half. The rest of it will be 40%. The good news on the collectible front is high margins, 30 to 60% margins. Gaming systems and software games, 5 to 15% margins, maybe. Very thin margins compared to collectibles. These guys are about to make a bunch of money. And I can see GameStop in a year or two posting $1 billion a year profit. But I don't see that happening for another reason, though. The other reason I don't see that happening is because I don't think they're going to be sitting on $6.4 billion in cash with nothing to do. I think they're going to invest that cash into something. I have no idea what, but I think they're going to make more than 5% interest on their $6 billion than they're getting right now from the U.S. Treasury. I think there's something else coming up. Now, what is that something else will be the magical question. When you get into the $6 billion neighborhood of cash on hand, you can borrow another $6 billion real fast, easy. And you got yourself $12 billion in cash to go shopping. What can you buy with $12 billion? You could buy control of a $50 billion company with only $12 billion because you can buy more shares than anyone else has in a $50 billion company. And you're the number 1 shareholder of that company. You control that company. So that's power, that's leverage. Will GameStop triple its exposure in Bitcoin? Will it quadruple it? Will they go to 20? Will they go up to 20,000 coins instead of 4,700 coins? They have 20,000 coins, and the thing goes to 200,000 a coin. They got 4 billion in coins. I don't know. Are they now making $1.5 billion a year in profit? It's not even 500 million shares out there. We're talking. What are we talking about? Are we talking $30 a share in earnings? I think so. Oh no, maybe $3 a share in earnings. $3 a share in earnings times 40 times earnings is a $120 stock. The stock's $27 right now, $28 right now. So I don't know. I'm just a guy sitting in front of a computer trying to figure this out for you kids. There's a lot to think about here when it comes to GameStop and its future. GameStop right here at these prices to me is an absolute giveaway bargain because these guys, just interest alone, and their stores picking up steam as it is with margins, I think they are already justifying a $50 stock price. just on forward, forward momentum and what have you. That's my opinion on it. But again, I'm just a guy. What do I know? 70-year-old fart doesn't know anything. I'm just trying to figure it out. Kids, if you're an option writer, you're going to write cash secured puts on GameStop. If you're an option writer, you're going to write put credit spreads on GameStop. That's how you're going to make your money if you want to trade GameStop when it comes to options. You don't have to own any shares of GameStop to make money in GameStop if you have a margin account. If you have a retirement account, yes, you will own GameStop and you will write calls on GameStop. You will write 35s right now for maybe January coming up, and you'll take a wonderful premium if you can get it, or you'll write 32s or 30s. You'll take money in, and maybe you'll use that capital to buy more GameStop while it's down here to be able to write additional numbers of GameStop call options. If you're looking to have GameStop allow you to stay semi-retired, self-employed, not to have to go back to work to the man, then you're going to use GameStop. Its value, you'll sell the shares and you'll write cash secured puts instead, and you'll bring in you'll write like $25 puts or 27s or even 30s, and you'll go out 6 months to a year and you'll bring in 20, 25, 30% additional capital over the capital you have to build your position. You could theoretically write cash secured puts that die in a month or a month and a half and look to cash in that money for living expenses. On the other hand, doing credit spreads on puts would be the way I would recommend you make money on GameStop on a monthly basis or something of that nature. By the way, thank you for those of you who have hit the thumbs up button today, 84 of them, and the 200 plus, 218 of you who have already answered my poll question of the day. The question is, GameStop shares will be trading at a certain amount of money by the end of this year. Will the shares be under 30 by the end of this year? Only 23% of you think that. Will the shares be between $30 and $40 at the end of this year? 48%, that's what you're thinking. 40 to 50 bucks a share, 14%. And over 50 a share, only 14% of you think it'll be over 50 a share. Now, at $50 a share, now, today, that would be a $200 a share GameStop stock. If you remember the movie Dumb Money, you remember that? I used to see the numbers of people buying the stock in those days. It was hundreds of dollars a share. Remember, these shares have split 4 for 1. So if they trade now at $30, that actually means they're trading at $120. Doesn't it surprise you or make you go, huh? Like make you go, huh? Remember back in the day in 2021, GameStop was supposed to first, they were going to go out of business. They were going to die completely because they're a brick and mortar company. And then the speculation of the stock moving up, they thought it'll go all the way back down to 10 bucks a share or 5 bucks a share. And it didn't. It's sitting at $30 a share here. That's roughly 30. That's 120 bucks a share. At $25 a share, it's $100 a share. Just multiply it by 4. And that'll tell you what it was back then in 2021. These shares go to 40, you got a $160 stock. They go to 50, you got a $200 stock. They go to 60, you got a $240 stock. The other thing I wonder about is if GameStop were to go to $35 and $40 a share later this year, would Ryan Cohen sell another 100 million shares of stock from Treasury and bring in $2.5 to $3 trillion more in cash? And now he's sitting on $10 billion in cash with 500 million shares out there, 10 billion in cash. I think that's 20 bucks a share in cash. That's where it would be. There's no way the stock is ever going back to $5 and $10 a share on the old price, because that's $1.25 today to $2.50. At 20 bucks a share in cash, that's $80 a share from 2021. GameStop never had $80 a share in cash back in 2021. They had $400 million in cash in 2021, but they had a $400 million IOU to the Bank of America. So they had nothing. Now they have $6.4 billion in cash, and they don't owe anybody any serious money. Although on the books there is a $1.5 billion zero interest convertible bond out there, or debenture or something. That's convertible into stock. Not a big deal. 6.4 billion liquidity here. Wow, that's a pretty powerful position. There are a high number of S&P 500 companies out there that don't have 6 billion in the bank account. I would bet you out of 500 S&P 500 stocks, maybe 50 have at least $6 billion or more. 450 don't have $6 billion in their bank accounts. Gamestop does, and they're not in the S&P 500. Not saying they should be in the S&P 500. I'm not claiming that. Just trying to compare apples to apples. How much money have you got in your bank account, company, whatever, on S&P? These guys have 6.4 billion. And I wonder if he's on the way to raising more to get to 10 billion. I don't know what he's going to do with it. I don't know. Right now, 5% interest on 6.4 billion will bring you 320 million a year in interest. So that's good. 6 million a week. It's almost $1 million a day. He's almost making $1 million a day in interest. How the rich get richer. I think that's pretty good. Thank you, all of you, for being here. The Big E is here. Richard, Aurora, and Sharon, and the man, and Eddie. How's it going, you guys? Andrea, the Amish Cyborg is here. Uncle Bruce, you be legend. Amish Cyborg, you need to become a member. Chase Rosita Parker is in the house. 21st thumbs up today. Love Boat Captain is here. GameStop to the moon. Welcome all. Hector is here today. Who else is here? Rice Checks, AJ. Yeah, Be the Casino is here. Back from my cruise. Thanks, gamblers, and happy to be with this group. Great to have you back. Hit that membership button. AJ, thank you. Charlie is here. Robert, of course, is here. Murray from Tokyo is in the house. He's in holiday in New Zealand right now. Rock and roll, buddy. Cindy is here. Mike H., welcome all of you to the program. DCBA says, those clippers you were holding up, if those were made in Chicago, they'd be $50 each. I believe it. I think I bought those at Walmart for $2.99 about a year or two ago. 2 years ago, $2.99. Yeah. Anyway, there it is. Welcome. Waverly is here. James of the Misty Tree is in the house. Welcome. Free Range, Mandu, Mike. How's it going, guys? Charlie, hey, this IBM is running again this morning. What do you think? I'm going to take your advice, Uncle Bruce, and I'm going to roll my call spread. I'm looking at 300 295s for June 27th or even July 3rd. It should be a credit, and IBM needs to smash all-time highs for that stock to get there. Yeah, look, they're 277.65 this morning. We've traded 17,000 shares, which is a joke. We're going to wait for the opening. We're going to see what the real market thinks about this. We open in 9 minutes, so the entire pre-market, all morning, only 17,000 have traded. If this IBM is the greatest thing since sliced bread with this new quantum computer, why aren't there 1 million shares trading in the pre-market? Why are there 17,000 trading in the pre-market? Doesn't add up. I think what we have here are day traders trying to manipulate the stock in a thinly traded pre-market because IBM never trades actively in the pre-market. It never has, and it never really will, because institutional traders don't want to get into 4 a.m. trading with their multi-billion-dollar positions. They would rather wait till the opening like all the other institutional traders, and they're not going to be pushed around by Wall Street that are going to make them trade in the pre-market. This is the one Achilles heel of after-hours trading, pre and post, especially pre. Anyway, we open in 8 or 9 minutes, and we'll see what the street actually thinks, the main street actually thinks about the IBM story. I personally think the stock has already topped out. I personally believe that. Now, am I a penny or 10 or $1 away? Maybe. Am I way off by $20? I don't think so. Is this going to $2.90? I don't think so. But hey, I'm just a guy giving my honest opinion on what's going on. I think if you're into a credit spread on IBM, you are actively shopping for an opportunity to do a rollover, and you are not afraid to go forward in time as far as you have to go. Do you need to go 6 months forward? You go 6 months forward. You get to the point where you can do $290, $300, $310 spreads and get paid handsomely to do it. That's what you're going to do as an option writer. Now you're an option writer. And if the shares back off to 255 in the next month as they run out of gas, those contracts from 3-6 months out, they're going to drop too. They're going to be that much further out of the money. But we'll find out when we open for trading here in 7 minutes. Let's see what's going on. Okay. What else is going on here? Welcome all. John T. Man, I'm never going to get out of these cover calls on the Qs. I needed to go below 520.25. You're only a half an hour away, you know. In 30 minutes, this thing can drop $10 anytime. You know how close you are. You've got to study the charts. But hey, if you're not rolling forward, I can't help you. I can't help you. You're not going to roll. Mike, a bunch of poors in the chat. Scary Scott is here. Then don't talk about it. Okay. Who else? Gormez is here from Australia. So peaceful. Keith Wilson's here. Who else is here? Dude is here. They own YouTube. Oh no, we're done for. Oh, Google owns this company. I make Google money. You help me make Google money. Anyway, there you are. AUD. I love you, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen. Welcome to the party, pal. You need to learn how to write options. There you go. What can I say? Aaron, did we talk about the GameStop earnings yet? I did. Larry Titus, number 70. Thank you, my friend. 6 minutes to the opening. Thank you. Lisa, Tesla back to the 330s as if 15% drop last week never happened. Mark Downs is here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. Lisa, May CPI cooler than expected. The pre-market is green except GameStop. Yeah, we're only up 48, though. We were up over 100 on the down. Now we're only up 48. This is not really incredibly good news. The China-U.S. negotiations, the market isn't reacting very well to that. Are we a little high right now? Christina, good morning. Jeff, JR, hey, buddy. How's it doing, pal? Welcome to the party, pal. Let's make some money. Mike is here. Welcome, Mike. What else is going on? Jim B. Terry Moran was always a liberal hack. Well, you know, you have your opinion on these people in the media. That's okay. He's leaving office. What's going on? What else is going on? Who else is here? Dude, all babies will be born with $1,000 in a tax-deferred account now. Who's paying for that? My goodness. Let's see. Who else? There's Lisa Wedbush just gave GameStop a $13.50 price target. Is that a bump up? Is that higher? Weren't they down at 6 or 8? At $13.50, that's a raise, isn't it? Isn't that? Am I wrong on that, Lisa? I don't know. I'm wondering about that. Jarrett, good morning from a sunny Cincinnati. Number 81. Thank you, Jarrett. Love it that you're here. Cash value right now is around 13, or is it even 15? Because doesn't 6.4 billion divide into the 470 to a higher degree? I don't know. I'm just a guy. What do I know? Yeah. Okay. Welcome all. Welcome all. Welcome all. Welcome all. What do GameStop normally say to the shareholders meeting? Just repeat the investor relations press release. They just read it. A Savage of Wall Street. Hey, my fellow simpletons. I hope you all wrote at least some puts on GameStop last month. Cash secured puts. I'm writing for January to be put 1,000 more shares to me or have my 30K returned. Any premium? Average 541. Thank you very much. Bobby, Uncle Bruce with GameStop requirement needing 500% margin power. How does it affect spreads? I know you need 500% more for a right. Does this also mean applied to the buy side? I don't understand what you were talking about. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Is this a brokerage thing that you're dealing with here? I don't know what you mean. You may want to write me a private email on this because if it sounds detailed. Savage Wall Street, $1 trillion. Why the face? I think you meant billions. At $1 trillion, my shares will be in the best $100 million. Whatever it is, you're going to make money. Lisa, what's happening? What's stopping GameStop for giving the shareholders some dividends? Juan is here. Cindy is here. 99, 100 thumbs up. We're opening in 2 minutes. Cutting Edge Flicks. I just bought a brand new Jaguar FX 5-liter V8. It's a very fun car. I like this. By the way, I did it with Gambler's Money. There you go. Pick and Roll says, I just finished class 17 last night. I'm ready for Saturday's class. I'm ready, baby. Here we go. Henry, good morning. Good morning, everybody. JV in the house. Good morning, everybody. I'm waking up with my IBM debacle. I got these 275/80s that expire on Friday. Yesterday, late in the day, I got 10 contracts for IBM, 280/90 expiring Friday as well. I got paid 90 cents for those. Interesting. We're now at 277.50 in the last minute of the pre-market. We'll find out for real what's going on shortly and see. We'll monitor it today. JV, I like Charlie's suggestion, 300, 295s. I like those. Juan, Cutting Edge, congrats on that, Jag. Joe, good morning, Uncle Bruce. Beautiful day to make some money. Don't you think? I am with you there, buddy. Splair, good morning, everyone. Hello to you in Dortmund. Bagel Babe in the house. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. Welcome, Bagel Babe. Brian, good morning. Number 112, thumbs up. Double D, those Qs are getting me worried. We're right now at 535.57 on the Qs, up $1.30. And those of you writing those 540, 545s, and 543, 548s, and 500s, 450s, 550s. 550s. Yeah, write him up there. Just way up there. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, nearly 9 out of 10 of the 300 CEOs surveyed in May said they have raised prices or plan to soon, according to NBC. 9 out of 10 of the top 300. Interesting. Savage Wall Street. And yes, that car behind me in my picture. Yeah, okay. That is a Rivian. I like the stock. Just in case you guys are looking to pick a stock that has upside, it's all about the due diligence. It's a neat looking car. You got a happy looking face on there. That's a face of a happy option writer. That is a very happy looking option writer. Brian, GameStop day. Where are we going? Jeff, neat. Juan, Richard, Larry, we're open. Bruce, we're open. Trip Hazard sold 156 0-day call spreads yesterday on Qs. 535, 539. I pulled in $1,700 after all the fees and my buyback price. Made it quick, $1,700. Yesterday. Charlie, I'm doubling down on my Qs. I'm going to add 6 contracts to my 546, 541s that expire today. Brian, Chewy down 8% this morning so far on the morning. Very interesting session. IBM looks to be up only 70 cents. Let's take a look here as we begin the session. Welcome one and all to the program. It is Wednesday, June the 11th, 2025. There are 250 people watching me live right now. Thank you for being with us today from wherever you are. It is much, much appreciated. We're following here the news of the day and the developments around the world and everything else. We have 255 results now for our question of the day, which is great. Thank you for participating in that. With the thumbs up meter is coming along here. We're over 100 on the thumbs up meter and climbing. Thank you for participating on that. 115 and going. Thank you very much. Let's go, baby. We're looking at the poll results. 255 answers. Will GameStop be, where will it be at the end of the year? Under $30 a share. Only 23% of you think that's the possibility, that the stock will be under 30. The stock will be between $30 and $40 a share. It looks like 48% of you are thinking that. Between $40 and $50 a share, 16% of you are thinking that. And over 50 by the end of the year, over $50 a share by the end of the year. Very, very interesting number there. Thank you all for joining me live today from wherever you are. And thanks for participating in the question. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Keep them coming in, and let's see if we can make you richer today. If you're here, you're an option writer. That's why you're here. You're not here because you're looking for a new recipe on how to make chocolate chip cookies. You're here because you want to make money in the stock market, and you're sick and tired of getting kicked around by all the manipulation and all the shenanigans and all the BS that you are exposed to and you have to witness all the time. You're upset at Washington elected officials who are buying and selling stock with complete impunity. They have insider information on all kinds of defense contracts and all kinds of other contracts, and they can buy and sell stock with their families and friends and associates, and no one goes to jail. Unbelievable. You don't have that kind of an inside track on what's going on in the markets. You are working your butt off at your day job. You are providing for your family, and you are trying to stay alive in this insane world of ours. And so I say, welcome to those of you who only want to make money in this market. Have you noticed your GameStop shares are already at 29, 24? They're only down 90 cents. They're coming on. We got SoFi up 32. We've got Rocket Lab up 65. NVIDIA's up a quarter. ASTS up 30 cents. Where IBM is now down $1 to 275.01 as IBM begins to give it up from 277 high yesterday, 277.47. We're at 275.30 and falling. IBM is going to give up some ground. HIMS down 133, MSTR down 295, AI up a penny, Supermicro up 65, Tesla up 791, Palantir up 261 to 135 a share, Google up 69 cents. Now it's off a little bit. Google is now around 70 cents higher. Apple up 74, Microsoft down 32, Meta up 92, Broadcom up 21, Amazon down 29. Welcome to the morning session here. We've just started trading. We're down 28 on the Dow. We're up a point on S&P. We're only up 37 on NASDAQ. Welcome to the party, pal. 275.27 on IBM, down $1.07 right now. GameStop down $1.08 at 29.08, trying to come back to 30. SoFi 14.71, going for $15, up 32 cents on your SoFi. There you go. I'm just saying, I'm just a guy in front of a computer trying to tell you what's happening in the wide, wild world out there. And I'm saying to you, you want to make money in this market? You're going to be an option writer. That's it. That is how you're going to do it. You're going to do exactly what the pros in Dover are doing. You're going to do what the top hedge fund operators do. You're going to do what insurance companies do. You're going to do what the banks are doing. You're going to do what pension funds and hedge funds and mutual funds and ETFs specialize in. They write options. They let gamblers take the risks and try to guess where a market is going, where the casinos of the world, and these are huge casinos, are writing options. And I'm turning many of you into miniature little stay-at-home casinos, and you are bringing in returns that you cannot believe. The good news is most of the returns that you bring in from writing call options and writing cash secured puts and doing credit spreads are yours to keep, because you don't have to rent an office in downtown anywhere. You don't have to worry about hiring 20 staff members. You don't have to have 15 screens in front of you. You're paying $5,000 a month in fees to get data coming in. You can do all of your option writing on this device or on a laptop or on an iPad, and you can do it from anywhere you want, not just your house. But I know a lot of you out there, you really like wearing sweatpants and shorts and tank tops and t-shirts, and you just schlep around the house in your PJs all morning writing options. And you sit on your couch and you got your recliner going there and you got the TV on and watching me on TV, and you're just chillaxing and you're just writing contracts and bringing in all this bloody money. It's unbelievable. I like it. I congratulate you. AJ, I find it comical how GameStop keeps falling after a good report. Henry, looks like AI has been trading sideways. What are your thoughts for cash secured puts? Uncle Bruce, I love AI long term. I like the company. I think they're a winner. It's early days for AI, just like it was early days for Palantir a year or two ago. Look at Palantir now. AI a year or two from now, You're not going to recognize these guys. Yeah, 25 a share. Yeah, cash secured puts. Write them, and don't take pennies, take dollars. If you do write them, I know you can write 1 or 2 month contracts, but maybe you can bring in some nice dollars by going to January, and maybe that's enough cash to write more cash secured puts. Leverage it up. But look into that. There you go. Bagel. Oh, Bruce, some of us like writing swear, but me, I feel so seen. I caught her red-handed wearing sweatpants. See, there you go. I tell you, there's nothing better than to wear what you like, the way you like it, in the privacy of your apartment, your house, your parents' basement, or you're wearing your favorite clothing wherever you are. Maybe you're living in an RV right now. You're traveling across North America in your own Class A motorhome or Class C motorhome with the slats, and you're seeing America out in the open, and you're writing contracts from the road. I don't know. You're in Japan right now on a holiday. You're in Bali, and you're one of those kids in Bali. You're looking at these kids in Bali who want to be influencers, and they're from Europe, they're from Asia, they're from North America. They finished college this year, and now they're in Bali for the summer, and they're networking with each other. And you're sitting there enjoying the beach and staying at an Airbnb or whatever you're doing, and you're writing options. Maybe you're in Bali for a week or two, and you're going to be in Australia in a couple of weeks. You're going to do that for a month or two. Some of you might be plotting in your minds to rent an RV in Australia for 2 months and go on a 2-month RV odyssey in Australia with internet, because you can write options from down there. Yes, it's the middle of the night, but you don't care. You're making money. It's all right. Wherever you are, you can do this anywhere. Why are you thinking of working in an office? Are you out of your mind? Get out. Lisa, SoFi, Bruce, 1477. SoFi, baby. I have news for you, Lisa. 1485 on your SoFi right now. 1485, up 46 cents a share. We're going for 15 now. We're going for 15 on SoFi. Can you guys stand it? How do you stand making all this money? How can you take it? I don't know how you folks can take it. You were sitting on SoFi at 11 and 12 and 13 and 14, and now it's heading for 14.89, going for $15. You're getting richer and richer, and you've left your friends behind. Economically, they're way behind you. You've made thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these shares by writing options. The life of the rich. Isn't it something amazing? We're only up 53 cents on the Qs. We're not going anywhere. The IBM shares, 275.96, trying to rally, desperately trying to rally. 185,000 shares traded. There are no 10 million share opening days for IBM now. It's over. The hype is over. Now it's coming back to 250 on that IBM. I think we're going to back off. How fast? I can't say, but I don't see it going to 300. I see it going to 250. That's just me, though. We're down 16 on the Dow. We're up 5 on S&P. We're up 40 on NASDAQ. Oil up 116 a barrel. The VIX is down 54 cents. We'll see if that turns around and see what happens. Welcome all of you to the program. Yesterday, I rolled some Tesla 332 and a halves that were expiring Friday. This is Tesla. Let me see what we got. Tesla's 332 right now. So to June, to move up to 350.52 and a halves for a nice credit. Hope I'm out far enough. The stock is ridiculous. That's an excellent move. You moved your credit spreads from 332 and a half to 350.50. That is brilliant. Brilliant move. I like it. I like it. Even with the stock up $5. You did the right thing back yesterday. JV, the fireside chat last night was a heck of a good one on SoFi, apparently. Andrea, hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm thinking about the 541.43 covered calls on Qs that expire tomorrow. Qs are trading at 534. You're thinking 541.43 that expire tomorrow. That might be worth a good look here. JV CFO disclosed more details and margins improvements. That's good stuff coming out of SoFi. Tesla, the robo-taxi has a release date of 22nd of June. It could pump more in the coming weeks. You know what I worry about for Tesla's robo-taxis? What I worry about is in certain cities where the taxis will be operated, could they be targets for arsonists in the middle of the night when the taxi is empty waiting for a ride? Could it be that these cars will be abused and attacked with nobody in them? I'm not talking about passengers in these Teslas. I'm talking about these Teslas just on the road, either going to a fare that they're picking up, parked somewhere waiting for a fare. And I'm wondering if there'll be certain people out there in certain cities that are going to attack this thing, these vehicles, because of who the guy is that runs the company, what they've done with Doge, and as a protest. I'm just asking. I'm wondering if these could be targets. I'm wondering. I don't know. I think about this. These cars are all by themselves. There's no human being to protect them. It's not like there's a cab driver behind the wheel that can shoo people away from his cab or immediately drive away somewhere. The Tesla doesn't know it's about to be attacked. It doesn't know. Lisa, yeah, people ordered Waymo cabs to the protest sites just to torch them. See, I'm wondering. I'm asking. Just wrote cash secured put, AI $25 cash secured put, July 18th expiry. I got $1.34. There you go. So, hey, you take a look at that trade. That is 5+ % on your money for 5 weeks. That's 1% a week on your money. Is there something wrong with that trade? No. Nothing wrong with that trade whatsoever. Splitter, I've seen somewhere burning Uber cars in LA. Yes, the Waymos. Those are the Waymos. Yeah. Self-driving taxis. Interesting stuff. I wonder. Like I said, I wonder, will these Teslas be ordered to go to some suburban neighborhood, and on the way to the final address that it's going to, or it's going to a hotel somewhere, will it be ambushed by ne'er-do-wells who know we attacked the car here because there are no cameras other than the cameras on the Tesla, and we can hide behind this billboard or whatever and throw Molotov cocktails at it? I don't know. I'm wondering. I wonder how vulnerable these cars are to vandalism 24/7. I really wonder. I don't know. Just a guy. Dude, Waymo is owned by Google. Oh, no. Yeah. I wonder. We're up 18 cents on the triple Qs. That's it. Only up 18 cents. NASDAQ's only up 15 points up right now. SoFi, 1476. The high trade, 1491 on your SoFi. Trying to go to 15 today. Will it do it? 7.5 million traded in 6 minutes. Not bad. This could well break 15 today. We're still 19 days away from the end of the second quarter. The margins are improving. They're adding new members like crazy. The company is getting larger. I wonder how many announcements are coming out on SoFi in the next few weeks. Stay tuned. 1478 right now. 28.91 on the Gamestop, down 125. The low of the day, 28.45. The high of 29.02 or 29.49 for 29.41. Pardon me. We're 28.91, just under $29, but 20 lower on the session. 3.2 million traded. We could see a pop here at any time. I think SoFi, GameStop goes higher. I think GameStop is going to 35. That's where I think it's going. Once it's realized by enough people that, geez, they're sitting on a mountain of money. The interest income coming in was triple last year's for the first 3 months of the year. Hello? Is anybody home? Hello? I'm knocking here. Hello? When will Biff get through to people? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Dude, Tesla only doing robo-taxi in Texas right now. Dwan, I actually think that's not that bad. They burned a few Waymos worth less than $1 million. Meanwhile, the whole world is learning that Google owns self-driving cars that have been on the road for years. Splair, maybe that's the reason why GTA 6 is coming a year later. It's a risk for Waymo cars if they're appearing there, at least after GTA 5. Suddenly, a lot of robberies took place with burned escape cars. Juan, that's a lot of free marketing. That's true, good and bad. I don't know. We're down 87 cents on the triple Qs. We're losing ground here. IBM is up 6 cents, only 6 cents at 276.40. Can it hold this or will it give it up? The market looks weak. We're down on the Dow now. We're negative. We're down 20 points at a moment ago. We're down 5 on S&P. We're down 19 now on NASDAQ. The markets are turning red. VIX only down 36 cents. That's getting worse. Still, though, at 16.59. It's positive down there. But can it go the other direction? Yes, it could. Oil up $1.20 to 66.18 because of a sinking U.S. dollar. You take 10% off this price, and we have oil at $59 a barrel compared to where the U.S. dollar was 2 months ago. Just to kind of keep it in perspective. But I'm just saying. The Dow down, Qs are down 77, SoFi at 1476, we're up 36. GameStop 28.90, Rocket Lab up 16 cents. Welcome to the party, everybody. Stephen Butler is in the house, number 124 on the thumbs up meter. Dude, Uncle Bruce, you could learn a thing or two from Juan here about silver linings. Okay, I could learn a few things about silver linings. Yeah, free marketing. I'm with you. Yeah, I know. But it's also a negative. If people get upset at Google, they can target Google. If they're upset at Tesla, they can target Tesla self-driving taxis. I'm just saying it's a two-edged sword, good and bad. Sometimes it's not all silver linings. Splair, I bet GameStop goes green now, or I hope. I have a day trade here on this thing at 29. Well, we'll find out. On GameStop, 28.94, 14.75 on SoFi. Qs are down 35 cents. We've got IBM right now up 2 pennies. Where's the rally? The rally is over on IBM. That's what I wonder. Rollover time might be the game plan, or wait it out. Charlie, I can't add to my triple Q position. No big ask. It's too far away. Interesting. Dude, they were blowing up Teslas last month. That was last month, so everyone forgot about it. James, the Mystery Tree, that'd be funny if Tesla went down over this since the cars are Jags. Charlie, bid ask is what Charlie's talking about. I can't get add to my position. Well, that's a reason. Those contracts you have are going to die worthless shortly. If Qs give up 250 today, everyone's contracts will have just slumped to zero. So there you go. Giddy up. Somebody yesterday wrote a put credit spread on triple Qs. How did you do? Who did it, and how did the trade go? Did you let them expire worthless? Did you buy them back with a nice profit? How did it work out? Anybody want to reveal what they did yesterday on that? I suspect that anyone here yesterday that was writing triple Q call credit spreads yesterday, you all made money yesterday because you stayed far enough ahead of the market like I told you to. I'm curious about how you're doing on those. Share with the rest of us. How are you doing out there? Welcome everyone to the party. Thank you all for joining us. Let's take a quick peek at our poll question of the day. 273 answers today. We've got a real good result going here. 273 answers. Thank you, everybody, for that. Thank you also for these thumbs ups that you're putting up for us today. We're now in the 126 neighborhood. Very nice. We appreciate that. Apparently, I've got a diamond ring being advertised on my channel here. 2 halos strengthen the bond. Oh, my goodness. Oh, unbelievable. There's a diamond ring surrounded by diamonds. Oh, my goodness. What a fancy ad that is. Who's got that kind of money to spend on something like this? That's crazy. Back to the poll question. 273 results. 24% of the folks answering say that the GameStop will be under 30 at the end of the year. Well, at 28.96, you're not pushing it very hard, are you? I mean, really. Between $30 and $40, 47% of you think the stock will be between 30 and 40. 15% of you think it'll be between 40 and 50 bucks a share, and 14% are thinking this stock could be over 50 by the end of the year, Bruce. They're going to come out with another earnings report in 3 months. This is only June, so July, August, by September, they'll come up with another earnings report. Then October, November, December, they'll come up with another earnings report. So there's 2 earnings reports we still have to get on GameStop. Both of those will show dramatic increases in interest income. They could reflect the possibility that if Bitcoin were to go to 125,000 to 150,000 a coin, that would really alter the profit position of GameStop. Why would the stock be under 50 bucks a share by the end of the year if that's going on? Well, that's what I'm wondering. I don't think Bitcoin's going to $40,000 a coin. I don't think it's going to go down that much. I'm wondering if it's going to be hyped up over to $150,000 a coin. That would make GameStop at least $250 million in profit on the books anyway. They'd have to carry it that high, minimum. So I don't see the stock going down anywhere. I think it'll be more expensive. But I'm just a guy, sitting here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, saying thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's great to have you around. And I hope you're enjoying the program. Hope you're enjoying the content today. If you are, please hit that thumbs up button if you want to give our channel a little boost. I do and would appreciate it. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Jeff Glass, I wrote GameStop July 18, $27 cash secured puts for $1.40. Got 2 of those off for $1.40 a piece. So they're out of the money. $27 puts, cash secured puts. The stock's $28.89. I got 280 bucks for that. Not bad. For a month. Double D. I did put spreads on Qs yesterday, and I netted 50% profit. Uncle Bruce. JV yesterday, 535, 545 triple Qs. Uncle Bruce. We did collect on those. Trip hazard. I made 1,700 writing call spreads on the Qs yesterday, and I wrote 130 credit spreads today, 539, 544 that die today. I was paid $3,000 for 27 cents each contract. So I got 3,000 bucks in my hand here for 130 spreads, and 539, 544 are the numbers. Nice going, Trip Hazard. Those died today. He's up 3 G's. He closes this out, when they're down to 1,000, he walks away with $2,000 today. Walked away with 1,700 yesterday. Walking away with 2,000 today. That's 3,700 in 2 days. That's 1,800 a day average. 20 days a month is 36,000 a month, which is 420,000 a year. Trip, I hope you enjoy that new Jaguar. Well done indeed. Welcome all to the program. And you want to learn how to do this stuff? Join me Saturday. This Saturday, there's a lesson live, lesson number 19, how to write put and call credit spreads on 0-day to expiry contracts, just like these folks are doing with the Qs. They're doing it. They're telling you they're doing it. You want to be part of the party? Come on in. We'll be doing it at noon Eastern Saturday. You can register for the class. Just check down below. All the details are there, how to register. And welcome to the party, pal. Maybe we can help you figure out how you can make 300 bucks a day on average on some credit spread writing, and that'll be 6,000 a month. Could that help you replace your day job? Would 6,000 a month of new capital coming into your hot little hands, 6 months in a row, that $36,000, would that help you get rid of some debt that you're carrying right now? Could that pay off a car loan? Could that pay off a credit card and a car loan? Could that pay off 3 credit cards you're carrying right now at 2% a month interest, $720 a month in interest? Can this help you? The class is $200. You decide for yourself if you want to join this party or not. Charlie, I did a put spread yesterday, 6 529, 524s. They died worthless, They paid me 30 cents a premium. That's $30 a contract times 6, $180 I made yesterday. You know, you do that every day, 20 days a month. That's $3,600. How much money did he need to do that trade? Does anybody know? This is a $5 spread. He did 6 $5 spreads to bring in that money. That cost him $3,000. He needed $3,000 to write that trade. And if you do that every day for 20 days a month, you net out $3,600 using $3,000. Is anybody home out there? Is anybody awake out there? I'm trying to get through to you guys. I got to get Will Smith in here to give this computer a dope slap, because if you've got $30,000 lying around, you could do 10 times this kind of business. Now, I'm not saying it's one trade, but this is the kind of indication we're talking about here. In other words, if 3,000 can make you 3,600 a month, doesn't it stand to reason that 30,000 can make you $36,000 a month? AKA Trip Hazard. Hello, anybody out there? I'm doing what I can. Trip. Oh, yes, 0 days for each of those queued contracts. I forgot to mention that. Yes, Hector, this Saturday, I'm part of the party, Uncle Bruce. I'm in. I am in. Do any of you out there want to tell the channel that you're in the class? Do any of you want to just say, hey, I'm already in. I'll be in the class. Let the viewers know, if you have a moment, let all the viewers know that you too are in the class already. Just so that the viewers know, well, which one of these people here are going to be in the class this Saturday? We know Hector's in the class. Giddy up, everybody. I'm more than happy. James and Mystery Tree, in to win, baby. Yes, indeed. We are in the class without question. There you go. There's... I'll leave it to you. You decide whether you want to reveal that you're going to be here or not. Just so the rest of the channel out there, 230 people. We'll let 230 people know how many of the regulars are going to be in the class. These regulars here are members of the channel. These aren't just casual viewers. These are members of the channel who are in class number 19 live this Saturday. That's what I'm getting at. Boeing Tiger, I'm in the class. Yeah, Hector, James, Boeing Tiger, they're all in class. You let me know if you want to let the world in on it. Jen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you going to be in the class on Saturday?
I will be there.
Noon?
With my ruler in hand.
She's going to keep everybody...
Keeping the kids under control.
She'll use this. You kids, don't be putting those pigtails in the inkwells. Don't be doing that. Charlie, I'll be in the class viewing from the cottage live.
From the
Sharon,
cottage?
not me. 4 a.m. is too early for me. I'll buy it later. That's okay, Sharon. Mandu, good morning. Auntie Jen, says Mandu. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party, pals. So
we have really rotten air today.
Yeah, I kept the windows closed.
Yeah.
It's
as bad as it can get.
Forest fire smoke in the air around here in Calgary today, unfortunately. It's not good.
Yeah, it's from Grand Prairie down to the States.
Yeah, it's going. Yeah. It spreads out very
everywhere.
widely.
We saw pictures from England that they have the red sun at sunset because there's smoke in the air.
Yeah,
it's hopped onto the jet stream and is heading to Europe.
See what's going on out there. Interesting, huh? Splair's here. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Guten Tag, Splair.
Hello, everybody. Welcome all to the program today.
Yes, we bought a game at one of our local eateries. Is also like a store for European German things, and we bought a game in German.
Yes, we bought a German board game. A little surprise for our daughter, who doesn't watch me live. At least I don't think she's watching.
I don't think she does.
James and Mr. G, the boss will be there too, by the way, for the class. We're dropping the kids off with Grandma and Grandpa.
There you go.
The boss and I will be watching very closely.
Yes. Sure I won't have to use my ruler on him.
I don't think so. AJ, yep, I'm in. This is going to be fun. I'm in in the class. Stephen Butler, when we were in Minnesota last week, the air quality was impacted by the wildfires from Canada. Also, Minnesota has a few of their own, unfortunately.
Yeah. Get an Alberta Clipper bringing the smoke down.
Yeah, Splair. I was reading that we received already smoke from Canada in the past days. I don't know if it's true, but yes, you are getting the smoke too.
You can tell by your sunsets.
It's a good idea for her. There are some good ones out there, says Splair. Yes, well.
Yeah.
Welcome all to the program. Looking forward to running this class on Saturday, and we got that. We'll have the big board here all cleared off, and I'll be writing away on it for you.
With your terrible penmanship.
With my god awful penmanship, but what do you want?
What do you want?
Thank you all for joining us. We're watching the markets closely. We're not going anywhere. We're up 60 points now on the Dow. We were up 100, and we were down 50. We're up 60. We're up 7 on S&P. We're up 32 on NASDAQ. Okay.
I guess the time will just pass then.
The VIX is slipping, though. The VIX was up $1. Now it's only up 18 cents. So the VIX is going negative now. It's going the wrong direction momentum-wise. So this could affect the market as we move along minute by minute by minute. We'll see. Oil up 130 a barrel. SoFi hit $14.91 this morning.
Oh.
Yes, almost at $15.
Looking at 15.
Yep, 14.73 right now, up 28. GameStop only down $1.38 at 28.77. I don't think there's much of a dip happening here. This might be your opportunity to write cash secured puts on GameStop with a pop back to 30.35, because that's where I think we're really going to go. Despite what anyone says out there, IBM is up 15 cents, trying to put a rally on. It's not happening. I think we're running out. What else going on? Beach Boy, Anti-Gen, huff and puff, and hopefully this awful government falls. There's a no confidence vote in Israel today.
Yes.
Cindy had to go to urgent care a couple of days ago because I couldn't get my breath.
Uh-oh.
They said it was from wildfires.
Yeah.
I'm in Michigan. Unbelievable. Romeo will be purchasing for sure, but won't be able to be present during the live class, but I'll be getting that class. Beach Boy just ordering a lemon pie to be on call. There you go.
A celebratory lemon pie.
The non-confidence vote in Israel.
Are you guys ready for another election?
Well, they haven't had one now for about 2 years.
Well, that's true.
So there's that too.
But it was the 5 or 6 leading up to it that kind of wore them out.
Right. Let's see what's going on here. Getting emails. People are asking me, did you get my payment for number 19? I pretty well did here. Yep, Andre Delatorre, I think you're in to win. Yes, I gotcha. You're all good, kids. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday morning. Well, Saturday noon Eastern, which is 10 in the morning for us here in Calgary.
We have a Chris Delatorre on our radio.
Yes. There are Delatorres everywhere.
Are there? I don't know.
I'm wondering.
I just love it. It just falls off the tongue.
Great name. Henry T. GameStop is red for a dip. JV. Good morning, Auntie Jen. There you go. Morning, JV and family of JV, everybody. Rock and roll, kids. We're up 75 on the Qs. Everybody made money yesterday on the Qs. They've been telling us how they did. Trip Hazard did 130 credit spreads yesterday.
Yeah.
Pulled in $1,700. Nice. He's got $3,000 on the go right now.
Nice.
On another bunch.
Well, and on a day like today, time passes.
It's all so good. These contracts are shrinking and shrinking by the minute. By the minute. The Dow only up 34 here. Qs are up 77 cents. SoFi 1470. GameStop 2876. Rocket Lab up 35. NVIDIA up down 3 cents on NVIDIA. ASTS unchanged. IBM is up 11 cents. Not going anywhere. MSTR down 220. AI down 50. Supermicro up 31. Tesla up 521. Welcome all to the party. What should I have on that bagel today?
I know it's Wednesday.
I think we maybe ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. You want some of that? Do we have turkey?
No, we got ham and cheese and maybe a nice liberal.
Some Philippe's to fight the smoke.
Maybe actually horseradish.
Sauce,
because that bites right through.
That does.
You can be generous on that. That'll kind of and if just a little melted on the cheese there.
Yes.
I leave it to you. You're the expert here. This is so awesome. Toasted sesame seed bagel, ham and cheese with horseradish sauce on there to kind of help the sinuses and help me clear out. That would be great. Boeing Tiger OKLO is up 18%. I wish I had a piece of that. JV, Uncle Bruce, I will order the class for sure, but my son is having surgery Friday, so I think we'll be visiting him. JV, this class is a must-have. We got to get more bagels and apple pie. Dude, that sounds lovely, Uncle B. That's a good sounding bagel you got going. The good news about the class is I will send you a link to the class. You can watch the class later in the day if you want. You can watch the class at 4 in the afternoon. You're going to get a link, an email link to it. You can watch the class. You're going to get an edited version of the class down the road next week. So don't fear or worry that you're not there live, or you can only get an hour of it and you got to go somewhere. You'll pause it and come back and watch the rest of it. It's no big deal. But those of you who are acquiring the class for Saturday, you're live. You can participate in the back and forth. And you're the first one on the block to have it by at least probably a week before the rest of the channel has a shot at it. It's okay. Up to you how interested you are in this topic. A lot of people, though, actually enjoy being live because of the banter between Jen and the viewers and Jen and I. And we cover a lot of little things from time to time that might not make the final cut because at the end of the day, we edit the session down to a couple of hours, and it might be three and a half hours of time that we put this class together, but only about 2 hours will make air. And many of you will go, yeah, there's like 30 minutes in there that I got that no one else got, and this answered my question. I really needed to know this stuff. So whatever you get out of it, it's totally up to you. I'm really looking forward to having you with us. We know they do work nicely for everyone. Thank you all for your participation. Quick look here at our question of the day. 292 responders. And the thumbs up meter, we were in the 120s and climbing here the last I looked. We'll see what the number is now. 25% of the folks answering the question of the day on GameStop, where do you think GameStop will be by the end of the year? 25% of you are thinking it's just going to be under $30. Then there are those of you who are thinking $30 to $40 a share. That is a 47% of the audience. 40 to $50 a share, 15% of you, and over 50 a share by the end of the year, 13%. Only 1 in 8 think that the shares will be over 50 a share by the end of the year. We will have 2 additional quarterly financials released between now and the end of the year on GameStop. So if you want to, you think that the shares will not react to 2 additional quarters of solid economic returns, I think this company is firing returns quite nicely to its investors. I think the value of the company is growing every quarter, but hey, I'm just a guy just watching this thing. 132 thumbs ups now have been registered today. Thank you, everybody. Very, very appreciative of that. So we'll see how that works out. We hit 185 yesterday on the thumbs up meter. That was pretty good. Fantastic. A quick look at some of our favorites right now. We're up 39 on Rocket Lab. We're up 32 on SoFi. We're down $1.27 on GameStop at 28.88. I wonder when the stock turns and breaks through 30 again, because I don't see a lot of selling here. We only had 4.3 million trade. The Qs are up 110. We got 23andMe at 549. MicroStrategy down $2. Spire up a dime at 11.94. ATIP is up almost 6 cents to 98.6 cents. SmartRent 91 cents at the moment. On the big magnificent 7 stocks, Apple is down a penny, Tesla up 7.15, Microsoft up 2.68, Google is up 26 cents. Layoffs coming there, volunteer layoffs. Amazon down 93 cents, Nvidia up 33, Meta down 116. Other stocks were following. Super Micro Computer up 42, ASTS unchanged, AI down 45 cents, Palantir up 222 to 135 a share. Unity down 36 cents. Goldman Sachs is up 740 to 622. Cisco down 93. The spiders are up 93, by the way. Netflix up 598, 1209. The high of the year, 1262. Pfizer up 26 cents. ARC Innovations up 72 cents. IBM is up 50 cents at 276.75. The high yesterday, 277.47. We have Uber up 51. HBQ down 11. Home Depot down 197. Vanik Semiconductors up 175. Adobe down 250. Enphase now is up now 91 cents. That's what I've got at the moment with this market. Lockheed Martin stock is plunging over worries about F-35 orders. The planes are way over budget and are having issues. Lockheed Martin, I'm not sure how that's going to play out. Interesting headline there. I know Canada is actively considering dumping the F-35. They committed to a number of them, but they have options for additional planes, and they're thinking of not exercising the options on the aircraft because of cost rises way higher than anticipated, and now they're looking at other jet fighters from other countries instead. That much I've heard. What I know, that's all I know. In any event, there it is, kids. We're open, we're up, we're running, we're watching the markets carefully. We see the Dow up 57. We got S&P up 11, NASDAQ up 55. These are less than 0.3%. The NASDAQ is barely a quarter of a percentage point higher. S&P 0.18, the Dow 0.14%. The VIX is negative 38 cents, which is still positive, but we were much better than that this morning. We've given up some ground there. I don't know how serious that is. Oil up 145 a barrel at 66.44 at the moment. That's where I see this market at right now. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the program. Bagel Babe, Bagel will be there. I'm there, definitely. Giddy up, you guys. Like JV says, this class is a must-have if you want to get more bagels and apple pie in your fridge, in your pantry. I think he's right, dead right on that. Qs are up 128 right at the moment. SoFi is 1462, still up 22 cents. GameStop down 139. Rocket Lab up 43. SoFi was a pleasant surprise this morning when it ran up to 1491 and wanted to go to 15 already today. I think it's a little early, but then again, I'm not going to stop it. And maybe there are developments happening on SoFi that I'm not aware of. It's probably the case. And maybe SoFi is heading to 15 today or tomorrow, and maybe heading to 15.50 and 16 next week already in anticipation of the end of the second quarter. Kids, if you've been writing cash secured puts on SoFi, you've been watching your puts trickle lower. They're all losing ground. They're all losing value because time and upward movement of the stock is taking out the air on those contracts. So we'll see how that plays out. ASTS is up a penny at 35.72, holding those recent gains. Very good. NVIDIA up 23. We've got Supermicro up 52. Palantir holding a 135 price, up 234. Very interesting developments there. Netflix up $8 today, near its highs. EI Lilly up 8.40 today. Uber up 75 cents at 87.14. The high, 52-week high for Uber is 93.60. We're at $87. We were as low as 54 during the April 2nd debacle that came out of the White House. The absolute disaster that happened April the 2nd. We'll see. That fallout was brutal. We're moving on. We'll see what gives here. Vanik up 157. Goldman up 749. JP Morgan up 20. Disney up 32. DraftKings up 11. Royal Caribbean at $2.70 a share, up 33 cents. Trading at 22 times earnings. That is double normal for Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean would usually trade between 10 and 12 times earnings. It's trading at 22 right now, so it's double what it should be. It should be more like 100, 110. But optimism reigns in the cruise business. Okay, whatever it is. Sharon, LKHD investors are moving cash into PLTR. I wouldn't be buying Palantir. I'd be writing cash secured puts on Palantir. I'd write 120s. I'd go a year out, write 120s, take a wad of cash in my hand, sit there with all that cash, earn interest on it, and be willing to buy Palantir back for 120 less the credit I got. I bet you can get a $10 credit on that thing. That would be a 110 price on Palantir for a 120 cash secured put. I like that deal. Just me though. I'm Boeing Tiger. I have covered calls on SoFi that are significantly underwater. Every time I write covered calls on SoFi, I screw myself. And what do I say to all of you every single day? Do not write options on SoFi. And I also say I love my bagels. So one thing works, the other thing doesn't always work. What can I say? Bobby, trickle away SoFi to the $20 level. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome all to the party. Thank you all for joining us. JV just registered for the class. Rock and roll JV. Fantabulous. I think this is done. I think that's done. I'll grab that cola now.
Bye, everybody. See you tonight.
Tonight, Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, prime time live with Uncle Bruce. That's true. Look at this. Look at how she melted the cheese on the top and the bottom of that ham. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the cheese is melting down there. Oh, this toasted sesame seed bagel. Oh, man, it smells divine. JV, I just sent you the dough. I just got the alert. You're in, baby. W. Walter. Good morning, Auntie Jen. This is a good-looking bagel you got going there. Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome to the party, pals. Mm. Mm. Yeah. This thing, what a nice shmia of horseradish sauce on here. Give it a little kick. Very nice. Very good. Thank you, everybody. Stephen, you know, that bagel is a work of art, you know. That thing is beautiful. Sharon, the hole in them bagel is a nuisance. Love it. Very nice. The Dow is trying to rally a little, up 120, 122. S&P up 15 points. NASDAQ up 58. A quarter of a point, roughly to 0.3 of a percentage point. That's all we got. Yeah, what can I say? Cheers, everybody. Welcome to the ham and cheese toasted sesame seed bagel with horseradish sauce on there to give it a little bit of an oomph to help clear the sinuses. Oh, yes, Bobby. SEDG hitting the $21 level, $15 cash secured puts, happy, $20 covered call written for $320. I'm also happy about that. Well done, Bobby. About 2 years ago, back in 2023, some viewers are making comments about the kind of comments that are now being done on the channel, how different they are than from 2021 when we started going live. The sophistication of the viewers, how much more knowledgeable option writers were in 23 versus 2021. Now come forward to 2025. The kind of commentary that I'm reading here is different than 2023. It's also gone further up. And I just want to caution those of you who are new you're new to this channel and you're overwhelmed with all of this complex talk, worry not, my friends. If you're taking the lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, go there, be here, go there. You're catching up with us very quickly. Don't worry about it. It's like a college course, stay-at-home college course. You're going to be fine. Charlie, I have stinkers set for my triple Qs. This call spread, 539, 544 for a 22-cent premium. I'm getting close to being taken out. Just needs a little pop here. Jeff, I bought 10 calls on SoFi last year, and I was up handsomely in January. They were both 950. Then they dropped to 245 on Liberation Day, almost back to even now. Isn't that interesting? Bobby, SoFi, $20 cash secured put, bid 595, 605 ask. My average 750. Giddy up, baby. Right on. Nico, DDD, don't do that. Laughing out loud. I'm telling you, don't write call options on your SoFi. I beg you guys. Very nice. That horseradish is hitting the spot. I'm feeling flush on my face right now. I'm feeling flush. Working out. Clear out those sinuses. Do that. Indeed. Oh, the Qs are 173 higher, 535.97, 535.90. Nasdaq up 74, S&P up 16. Dow's only up 123 though. It's starting to slip a bit. SoFi back to 1482. Everybody, 2867 on Gamestop. Okay. Oh my. So nice. Go SoFi, go. James the Mystery Tree. Last summer was my intro to Uncle Bruce and options. All this talk was gibberish. And now Bobby's code right above this makes perfect sense. Now I know what he's talking about. I know exactly what he means. Not a mystery. Oh, sesame seeds are wonderful. Give me just 1 sec. Just give me 1 sec. There we go. I'm literally turning on the floor fan in this room in my studio. I had to turn the fan on because I'm warming up from the sesame seed ham and cheese with horseradish sauce bagel. Yes, it's doing its thing. James the Mr. G. I get the classes, people. They've changed my family's life. There you go. There you are. Hey, let us know if you like. How long have you been a member of this channel? Do you remember? Let's put it this way. Don't tell me when you became a member of this channel. Tell me, if you can, when did you find this channel and start watching this channel? Not when you became a member. When did you start watching this channel? How long ago was this? I'd love to know that. I'm sure people out there would be curious. How long has it been that you've been watching this old man talking about the markets? Thank you again, everybody. IBM is 277.48, up 124. Got up to 120, up 277 to 91. Got up to 91, but it's now back to 277.48. We've got the Dow holding a 129 gain, S&P up 17, Nasdaq up 77 points. The VIX down 44, oil up 163. a little buy wave going through right now. We'll see how long that lasts. How powerful is it? SoFi 1475 has already given up a little bit of gas. 2865 on GameStop right now. Welcome all to the channel. The second half of this fantastic bagel with that horseradish sauce right in there. Oh, that is so good. Oh, we all thought you had to go pee or something. So Sharon, Charlie, I've been watching on and off since the original GameStop run-up. Charlie, and my triple Qs just hit. Thank you very much, everybody. Corinne, 141 on the thumbs up meter. Joe, right after seeing you on Trey's Trades, I knew you were different. I saw you on Trey's Trades talking to him. I have a lot of people who tell me that. So good. Charlie, 539, 544, 22-cent premium. Boom, done. Walter, summer of 2021. That's when I found you. Summer of 21. Followed you ever since. Lisa, yep. I also found Uncle Bruce when he was a guest on Trey's channel. Way back when. That was 21. That's true. Thank you, everybody. He found me, Walter, because of SoFi. That's how he found me. Right on. I like this game. Do you like this game? I like this game. Giddy up, everybody. 1472 on SoFi. 2868 on GameStop. The boss just opened up 10 triple Qs, 545, 550 for Friday expiry. Took in 24 cents. There you go. Giddy up. We're at 536 on the stock, on the Qs, and here we have a 45.50 market, 9 points out of the money. Very interesting. Juan said, that's a hard-working boss you got there. This trade right here. What I like about it is that those 545s that she wrote are $9 out of the money. Okay? Not quite, but close to 2% out of the money with 2 days to go. She could be out of this trade this afternoon or tomorrow morning already. But nonetheless, a 2% move on this index means that the NASDAQ would have to go up by about 400 points in order for the boss to be in any way worried about it. Even then, they still die worthless because they'll only reach the pricing. They won't be in the money at all. So this is excellent, smart option writing. This is a nice point away with a short period of time. And this could well be a 24-hour trade or less by the time it's closed out for a nice profit. Henry T. Quantum at 30% rise right now. Romeo, just over a year ago, I started joining you. Double D, late 19 or 2020. That's when I found you. I found you right when you started this channel. Lisa, GameStop heading for the low of the day right now. Bargoon City on GameStop. Right now, 28.52 on GameStop. 14.74 on the SoFi. Rocket Lab up 58 now. NVIDIA up 68. ASTS up 31. IBM up 142 at 277.66. trying to put a rally on. The volume on IBM now is 564,000. Very light volume. It's definitely backing off. Average volume is 4.5 million shares. I don't know if we're going to hit the average for IBM today. That could spell a weakness later. Any kind of a pullback in the market today, and IBM might be the leader of the pullback just on lack of crazy speculation. I'm just saying. The Q's got up to 536.26. They're now 536 even. There we go. Nasdaq up 74 points. Lisa, almost $200 from my GameStop covered call just today. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. I see Apple at 202.65. Yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, I think JV was talking about the idea of an Apple cash secured put. I think JV was thinking about creating a cash secured put on Apple with like a 195 price or something like that. And I mentioned that he might want to look at writing call credit spreads instead for way less money. And I think he ended up doing like a $9,700 trade instead of using $19,500 to write a cash secured put. He was only going to get $300 on his 19.5. He ended up getting, I think, over $600 on his call credit spread. And the stock right now on Apple is up 1 penny at 202.68. So something tells me that JV is sitting comfy right now, keeping an eye on Apple. I think he's sitting on 210, 220 credit spread, something up there, 215 or something. And he's going, yeah, they're out of the money. They're still out of the money. A day has gone by. If this stock is going to sit around 2 to 205, 195 to 205, JV is just watching shrinkage coming his way. Name of the game. Sharon, Apple needs to bring a new product to the market. That's the issue. They did not get a lot of positive reviews on their show on Monday. Well, it's Wednesday. The game is over. The show is over. We're up 2 cents. Nothing to see here. IBM is up 155. I don't think there's anything to see here either, but we'll wait for that to top out. I'm sure it's close. My personal gut feel, though. We're up 116 only on the Dow. We're backing off again. I think we're coming back on the Dow. Little top here. We'll watch that, of course, very closely. A 46-cent dip on the VIX. It's not going very far from here. See what happens. Oil up 143 a barrel. Welcome all to the program from wherever you are. 307 of you have taken the time and have made the effort to answer my question of the day. And the thumbs up numbers keep coming in. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. We broke through that 125 level and we got into the 130 level. Thank you. 308 votes on the question of the day about GameStop's trading range at the end of the year. Anywhere from below 30 to above 50. We have various results. over 50 a share, people are saying 13% of you are saying that this stock is going to be over 50 a share at the end of the year. $40 to $50 a share, 16% think that. And then $30 to $40 a share, 46% are thinking that's where it's going to be. But right now, the stock is under 30, and 24% of you think it's going to stay here under 30, even by the end of the year. I don't believe it. I think we were in the low 20s 3 months ago. Now we're in the high 20s. We've already seen the low 30s already. I think 40 to 50 a share is easily accomplished here. But that's just me. 140 thumbs ups have now come through here. 140 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Beautiful stuff. Thank you again to those of you who have been picking up classes lately just off the website, and also those of you registering for our session, private class or class number 19 on Saturday. This Saturday, 3 days from now, noon Eastern time. We'll be on the air from 12 noon to probably 3-ish in the afternoon, give or take. And we'll conduct class 19, how to write call and put credit spreads on 0 day to expiry options. The hottest, fastest growing segment of the options market. Absolutely catching fire, has been now for 6 months, setting records every month for more volume and participation, which tells me for those of you who are going to become writers, you're going to see better margins. You're going to see higher premiums come your way for daily, 2-day expiry, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day expiry, and whichever turns you on. I think you have opportunities galore. I won't be surprised if in the next few weeks and months, as more and more become familiar with this game, that what's going to happen here is a certain number of you viewers are going to be simultaneously involved in 5-day out contracts. You're going to have a series of queues that expire today, a series that expire tomorrow, another series that expire on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. And I think you're going to be into the roll forward game with each of these successive rights, where you're going to ultimately do credit spreads, for example, that die today, and you're putting a new set of credit spreads that will die a week from today, but at higher and higher numbers away from the market, because a week of time gives you the opportunity to get $15 or $20 out of the money. And that gives you tremendous comfort and, of course, rollover possibilities. And I can see where a number of you will also start to get very creative, where you will be sitting on queues that die today, and you've written credit spreads, and you're sitting back going, okay, with 2 hours to go, 3 hours to go, 4 hours to go, I'm going to write put credit spreads that die today. I'm going to turn this into an iron condor, but in 2 separate wings. And I'm just going to keep them separate. Some of you are going to do iron condors for tomorrow and the day after. And you're going to bring in these additional credits as you become very proficient and very active in managing your triple Q spreads, whether they're SPY 0 days, Qs 0 days. Eventually, as we go forward here, you're going to be able to write 0 day to expiry contracts on the Magnificent Sevens and other stocks. Now, today, some of you might be writing Friday expiry credit spreads on Magnificent Seven stocks or other stocks you follow that are credit or put spreads that die this Friday, because this is Wednesday and we're talking 48 hours until expiry. You can write an option today that dies this Friday. So some of you are going to be looking at that as the day wears on and start to predict and pick off out of the campfire zone calls and puts on some of your stocks that you love to watch. AI, ASTS, Rocket Lab, Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, NVIDIA, you name it, you'll figure it out. You'll be all over the place with 2 day to expiry. Some of you are going to write contracts tomorrow, Thursday, that die Friday. some of you are going to do that. And again, I commend you and I caution you on how it's done. But yes, soon, not too long from now, maybe by the fall, there will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday expiries available on the Magnificent Sevens, for example, which will eventually lead to daily expiries within 6 months to a year after that, maybe sooner. The market is dying to create 0 date of expiries on hundreds of stocks and ETFs. Stand by. The Dow 30, the NASDAQ 100, the S&P 500, they all want to go. The option guys, they all want to be able to do day trading, 0 date of expiry on hundreds of stocks. The more you know now, the more you can grab now through Class 19 as an example and being here every day, the further ahead you are of millions of bona fide losers coming your way. There are saps coming to you shortly with oodles of cash they want to make wagers on. And your job is to take their bets. That's your job. You're running a casino and you're going to make nothing but money. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so very much. What else is going on here? James of the Misty Tree. She is, and yet after 39 years of teaching between the two of us, this year we do a little trading each day and pretty much whatever the heck we want otherwise. I like this game. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Henry T. I just wrote a cash secured put GameStop, $27 cash secured put expiring June 18th, $1.40. Just took in $1.40 for a month. Lisa, Tesla at 333. You can sell an 18th of July expiry, 385 call for 1045. Think about that. This is $52 out of the money with a month to go, approximately 5 weeks, for 1045 premium. That's a 3% return on your money for 5 weeks on Tesla. That is insane. Now, the catch, there's always a catch. You got to buy the stock for $333. The catch is you could buy perhaps a $200 deep in the money contract for, I don't know, can you get one for $150? That's 15 grand, not 33,000. But on the other hand, what you could do is instead of doing a call right on a stock position, you could write that call, that July 385, and you could buy a July 400 for $1,500. That's a credit spread. That's a $1,500 credit spread, $15 out. And there may be a spread in there of $3 or $4 on your $1,500 commitment. Now, if you can get, again, I'm guessing, I'm not looking at an option chain. I'm just sitting here spitballing at you. You check it out. Can you get $350 spread off of a July contract if you go far enough forward on the other side? Would you, in effect, with 33,000 on one hand and increments of 1,500 on the other, you could write 5 credit spreads on Tesla for $7,500 with a $15 spread? Maybe that'll bring you $1,750 in credit against a $7,500 commitment. That's a better return than $10 on 33,000, $1,000 on 33,000, $1,700 on 7,500. Hello. Now, if you use $33,000 to do a $1,500 credit spreads, you can do 21 of them. You have enough money to do 21. Can you get $5,000-$6,000 a spread in credit? You got to check that one out. You might have to go to a $20 spread. Maybe you can get away with a $10 spread. You got to do the math. What's the best way? A $10 spread, a $15 spread, a $20 spread. What can you be paid for those kinds of spreads with how much capital you want to risk on Tesla rather than buy the stock and write the call option? Just thoughts. Uncle Bruce, those Apple 225/35s of what I did. I did those call credit spreads. By the way, Uncle Bruce, HIM's at 55.40 right now. I wrote $40 cash secured put expiring July 18. This is called out of the money cash secured puts. Yes, sir. Hector, Canadians, where do you prefer to make your trades? Which investment firms? Which firms do Canadians like to use? Good questions. One, JV, unbelievable. IBM 278.18, unbelievable. Yeah, I still think it's running out of gas, but I'm just a guy waiting for the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P to begin to give up some ground here on uncertainty going forward, because there is going to be a lot of uncertainty here. These prices are too high. Remember, when they go down very quickly and very irrationally. Be careful about the long side. Just saying, I'm just a guy in front of a computer. We're up 206 on the Qs at 536. We're up 160 on the Dow, 17 points on S&P, 70 points on NASDAQ. We've got SoFi at 1482, up 42 cents now. It's hit 1491 so far. SoFi volume this morning, 24.5 million in the first hour and 20 minutes. Very good volume. Very good volume on SoFi. GameStop, 28.75. The low today, 28.43 on 6.5 million. So it's bounced a little bit off the low. Rocket Lab is up 51. NVIDIA up 15. ASTS up 63. IBM up 224. HIMS are up 60 to 55.85 right now. MSTR down 177. AI down 43 cents. Supermicro up 102. Tesla up $6. At Palantir up 629 to 139 a share on Palantir. Unreal. Google up 7. Apple down 62. Apple falling 62 cents. Microsoft up 390. Meta up 36. Broadcom up 599. Amazon down 40. Intel down 98. Netflix up $15 to $1,218. SmartRent up 2 cents. Coinbase up 230. Costco down $850 to $998. EI Lilly up $12. Uber up 81 cents. Cisco down 66. Adobe down $1. AMD down 46 cents. We're down 26 on Unity. Enphase up 32. Spire up 15. Moderna up 39. Pfizer up 34. HBQ down 20. HD Home Depot down $4. Vanix Semiconductors down 230. Goldman up $10. Boeing down 13 cents. Target down 168. JP Morgan down 3. Walmart down 49. Disney up 18 cents. American Airlines down 24 cents. DraftKings up 22. AMC down a penny and a half, and Royal Caribbean up 34. It's a mixed market, to say to give it an average, mixed. But some of the Dow 30s are not performing very well, and I'm wondering about that. We are up 165 on the Dow. Can't take that away. It's up 165. 16-point gain on S&P and 67 on NASDAQ. Only up a third of a point here. Not incredible. All right, there it is. Thank you, everybody. We're watching a lot of different stocks going a lot of different directions, and I congratulate you option writers out there taking pounds of flesh off of this market. Absolutely taking it. Don't you be stopping that game. I like this game. Thank you all so much for being part of this this channel. Love that you're here. Keep up the really good work out there. All right, I think I got to get going here. I'll be on tonight at 7 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you at 7 Eastern time, prime time live with Uncle Bruce. If any of you want to get together for a one-on-one, you let me know with a private email. We'll schedule some time to get together. Otherwise, if you're looking to join us for the class this Saturday, you know what to do. Follow the directions down below in the description here and register to join the class on Saturday. All right, everyone. Thank you all for being part of the channel today. Joining Jen and I from wherever you are. We are so grateful you're all here. Thanks again to those folks taking the question of the day today. We have now hit 312 responders. That's pretty good. And also the thumbs uppers. We broke the 140 level on thumbs ups. Thank you for that, everybody. We're now at 145. If you're watching on the rerun, please hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate it very, very much. Okay, everybody, that's it from here. Let's keep an eye on GameStop and SoFi and IBM and everything else. And we'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. Otherwise, we'll catch you here tomorrow morning, first thing, when we get going for Gold Bagel members at 8 o'clock Eastern, and then all of you at 8:30. Again, thank you so very, very much. Charlie, thanks. Uncle Bruce, have a great day. Blair, have a great day. James of the Misty Tree, have a great day. Neat, 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 neat. Don't forget the knee emojis, everybody. Honor the Knights of Neat. Thank you all, and we'll catch you later tonight, and we'll definitely see you tomorrow morning. All right, everybody. This is Uncle Bruce from Calgary saying bye.